Hey everybody, welcome to Talking Habs Membership Drive. So before we get into everything, check this out. The number one hockey channel dedicated to Habs fans and Habs Nation. No, I got that fucking wrong. Nick didn't work. Draft. I didn't like that one. I didn't like that. Getting ready to film a video. Got to make sure everything's good. What do you think? Everything good? See you at the video. With me, Rick. Please, before we get in, not please, I keep saying that. I'm going to turn this fucking video off because it's not supposed to say fucking please anymore. Right here at Talking Habs with Rick. Blah. Great. Now I got to shoot this over. That was a pretty good intro. Hey everybody, welcome into the membership drive. Hope everybody is good. Hope everybody's in good spirits after last night's kind of ugly loss. So this is a membership drive. If you take, so the chat is for members only, but everybody's welcome in. And if you take a membership, you'll be able to chat with everybody. And this is how the memberships work. Join today, become a member, starting as low as $1.99. While you are in the room, please hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notifications bell, and that'll get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. Let me see now. I'm going to take that down. So we're a little light on people here today. I don't think anybody's really excited about talking about the Habs right now. And so I won't waste any time in bringing on. I got a guest in the house with us, and I think we're just basically talking to each other. Hey, Peter, how's it going, man?
Hey, bro, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. I don't think there's too many people in here with us. I think Slinksy is in here. Max was in here. I don't know who else would be watching, but it says 2 people. So, I don't think too many people into talking about the Habs tonight.
No, it was, how do you say, very disappointing game. The outcome anyways.
Just a wee bit. Well, the game too, other than the first 10 minutes of the first period, was quite disappointing.
Yeah, you could say that mildly.
What are your expectations for tomorrow, might I ask?
Oh, I want to believe that they're going to come out strong, but honestly, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to go in defeat tomorrow. I'm going into it with that mindset because I'm super depressed. You know, the beginning of this season looks so promising, and then we had the little fallout with Julian. Things started going a little bit south, and I was like, okay, well, we got Dom there. Dom's really good. You know, he's done really good at the juniors and stuff like that. And I really thought he'd play his offense.
Went downhill quick.
Like,
here we go.
Does that offense only work with the young generation? Does it not work with the older vets? Do you think?
It is a good question. I don't know I don't know what's happened with it's a mystery. How can a team just
we vanished?
How can the offense just what did I say today in my video? The offense dried up faster than my hair after taking a shower. And I ain't got much hair. So that's pretty fucking fast. Exactly. Right? And it's true. I mean, it's gone since about last 5 games of the season, maybe a little more too.
Yeah, I think a few more than that. A few more than the last 5.
Yeah.
Because he did well after Julian left for a little bit. And then
Evening, gents. Hey, Shamir.
Hey, Shamir, get in here, bro.
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Yeah,
On
I can't
Twitter,
put my finger on it.
On Twitter, they're saying, why do we need to hire a French coach? Not just on Twitter. I say it.
Yeah, we don't need a French coach.
I mean, the answer to that is it's not really a good answer.
I mean, if it's because the French media can't talk to an English speaking coach, then hire a bloody translator and go about it that way. Like let's get in a good coach.
That's not what it is.
Don't. You know what's going to happen, and I'm going to laugh if this happens, but they're going to get rid of Dom. Who was I talking to this about it? Doesn't matter. They're going to get rid of Dom, and then Dom's replacement, John Tortorella.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
I don't see.
It was just a crazy thought that came out there.
Yeah, that, not going to be Torts. I mean, he doesn't speak French. I mean, until they solve that problem, a coach like Torts can't get here.
What happened with Gallant? Where's he at? Did he go with the Kraken?
No, he doesn't speak French either.
I just thought that maybe the last name might get him by.
Same thing with Bruce Boudreau. If you're a Bruce Boudreau fan, which I'm not, but still, Boudreau is a French name, but not a French guy. So, my initial guess here is going to be that if Bergevin stays, and he does fire Ducharme, we're looking at Bob Hartley, I think. He's the big rumored name. He speaks French. I don't know. How many other guys are out there?
He's too old school.
Yeah.
I mean, how old is Hartley now?
He's a bit of a tougher guy. I mean, it's kind of what we need, but I don't know if Bob Hartley's the guy. I don't know
what's he been doing lately.
Coaching in the KHL.
Is he doing good, bad?
Couldn't tell
mediocre? I mean, the K's a pretty tough league.
He's in the KHL, so I don't know. How come he's not in somewhere in North America? Anyway, Hartley's not my guy. There's better guys out there, but how many better guys are out there that speak French?
Who's your guy? Whether he speaks French or not.
Oh,
who's your guy?
Just saying, Bob Hartley wouldn't be my guy, no matter what time, when, how.
I don't want. I definitely don't want to Gallant. Hartley.
Here's a good point Shamir makes. By the way, if you're in here, give a thumbs up. You're having a good time watching us talk. And, if you're not too disappointed in the team, Shamir says, I honestly think it doesn't matter who the coach is if MB still has his hand on the scales.
And the three of us are in agreement that we all think MB has his.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure, but it seems quite likely that he does have his hands on the scale.
Yeah,
and
he seems like a bit of a control freak that way.
Yeah, still no proof, but I mean, you got to figure. A look into that was with the last coach's challenge. I don't think.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that.
I doubt Ducharme would have challenged that on his own. Although he says it was his decision in the end to make and whatever. But apparently, like a guy like Julian only listened to the coach that makes that shows it to him. Yeah. He doesn't listen to anybody else. He didn't listen to anybody else on that. He made the decision based on that. And it's obvious that Ducharme made his decision based on what Bergevin said. It's obvious. So,
what are your thoughts for tomorrow night's game?
Well, in my I won't say preview or review video, just the news and notes thing I did today. I didn't even give a guess for the Guess the Score contest. So that should tell you everything right there. I
could go either way, and you just have no heart in it right now. That's kind of how I'm feeling.
I did put up, because, we're down 3-1. So I put up the list of all the teams that have come back from either 3-0 or 3-1. So it's been done. It's been done by the Canadiens in 2010 against the Washington Capitals.
Yeah.
So the possibility remains there. I was reading something today, just before actually, about when they did this against the Capitals. They had played also 2 games where they looked flat and out of it, and then came back and won the series. So is that going to happen here? I don't know, but you got to remember also Washington was the President's Trophy winner, cup, whatever they call that, that year, and Montreal knocked them out. So it's a similar.
And then didn't we go down real quick in the next series?
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, but it's a similar situation, and do I feel that they can do it? I don't. What I said in my video was nothing, not even a minute of their play, even in their win, tells me that tomorrow they're turning this thing around. Nothing. They've done absolutely nothing in these 4 games to give me any indication. And I think I'm going to assume, because I can't remember exactly, but back in 2010, sure, there must have been signs that, they had some good play and everything, but this series, really? No. Even in their win, they barely eked it out. It was, so it wasn't like, they had one good game. I mean, okay, then I'd be, maybe they had one good game, they can do it again. They haven't had that game.
So part of me, the big part of me, I don't want to lose to the Leafs. Looks like that's going to happen.
Look, you're going to lose to teams you don't want to lose to. That's part of it. It's kind of that saying that, if you sit back in life and you don't do anything, you don't get involved, you don't do anything, take chances, it's going to be boring, right? That's kind of how I look at it here. We could take it easy. It wasn't our choice, number one. That's number one, right? But I mean, when I was asked who do I want to see the Habs play, sure, the easy way out would be Edmonton, because we won the season series against them. We know we can, and then look how they went out. We probably would have won, but that's the easy way out.
Exactly.
The real way that you want to see is go up against the best in this division, beat them, and it's the Leafs. I wanted to see that. So, that's and I said it, the other side to that is we lose, and it's going to feel bad, but still worth it.
Yeah. I think if like, say we did come back, pull it off somehow, there's no way in hell we beat a deep team like Winnipeg.
Yeah, but you see there's a whole thing there involved with that. And I tend to disagree with you in this way. If they can do that, then they can beat Winnipeg. I'm not saying they will, but if they can come back and advance here, no, my hopes against Winnipeg go up.
Really think so?
Well, sure. I mean, if they can do that, it doesn't matter what the team. You're coming back from 3 games down, 3 games to 1. So unlikely to win this series. If they can do that, well, sure. I think the momentum would be on their side. Their confidence level would be up. Maybe they've broken this slump of goal scoring. I mean, I'd see all the positives there. So, yeah, I wouldn't see it as we wouldn't have a chance. I'm not saying they would or they wouldn't win, but yeah,
I hear what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. And we can disagree. We're allowed our opinions.
Of course, we can disagree.
But then, when it comes to, if Toronto does pull it off and they go up against Winnipeg, same thing. I mean, I think Winnipeg's coming out of this, taking the North. They're so deep at center. They've got 3 lines with great centermen.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I kind of think Jets will probably beat Toronto as well. But, it's a possibility Toronto's on that season for them. This is their season. This is not saying they're going to the Cup. I'm not saying. But, they're going to win a couple. They might win a couple of rounds. I can see that possibly happening.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't want that to happen.
No.
I'm not of that
Nobody
mind.
does.
I'm not of that mind. If they beat us, then we want to see them win the Cup. So we can say, we lost to the eventual Cup winner, so it's cool. No, not if it's Toronto. And I've never been of that mind. Fuck them. If they beat us, I want somebody else to beat them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I've always been like
I
that.
agree with you wholeheartedly on that one. Do you
All
think
right.
they'll blow up the team this year?
Well, we'll talk about it in a second. I just wanted to say this, that so this is a membership drive. So if you're watching this and you're not a member yet and you want to chat in the chat, the only way to do that is to take a membership, because it is a members-only chat, but the stream is open to everybody. So hopefully you'll do that. And if you do that, you one thing you do get entered into the giveaway. I give away something. Usually the last one was a shirt. Last two actually were a shirt. I give away a hat. I gave away a hat. I'm going to give away a hat next time. So, you could get something back for the membership. So, yeah, consider taking a membership. Just click the join button and you go from there. If you are here having a good time, give a thumbs up and subscribe and ring that notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge. There, did my business. I should say also, if you want to take a super chat or a super sticker, you will also get entered into the giveaway. That's for anybody that donates to the channel. All right. So, what was I say? I said we're going to get to something. Sorry, forgot what you had said.
I'm just wondering if we're going to blow up this team in the off season or what's going to happen.
It was a question that I don't think I got to in my videotape, because I prepared something here. I'll show you that I prepared it if it's still here. Blah, blah, blah. Oops, your phone just scared the shit out of me. No, I must have deleted it. No, don't worry about it. I asked the question of, is it not that is it time to make big changes? Let's put it that way. Big changes, go with the youth movement, or I forget what else I asked. But I think it's time, to go with the kids going forward. Let's take the couple of years that might have to give up. We got some good young kids coming in. Well, a sort of a reset, right? And it's not
a complete rebuild. It's just a reset.
It's not a reset where you're going out and you're totally getting rid of everybody, bringing in new. It's a youth movement is what I'd rather call it, right? So you want to bring in. We got some good, solid kids to start building around, and maybe it's time to do that. So my question, that was the other question: is if they do that, what do you do with Price? You think Price? Let me put it this way: do you think Price, if told, we're going to go with the kids, we're going to lose for a few years, you think he's going to want to stick around, or at that point he's going to waive his no movement and say, okay, I'll go somewhere?
I think he wants to win a cup. He's won everything else.
The only thing
that's eluded him is a cup.
If they're going to do even a reset, a rebuild, a youth movement, I don't think Price wants to stick around for that.
No. And I was listening to
what do you do with him though?
Nobody's going to take him for 10. So you're going to have to eat half of it, at least half of his salary.
Well, I don't know about half, but you're going to have to eat a third of it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think
a third still puts him at around $7 million that the other team would have to take on. And the one thing that seeing him play right now, the one thing that's been great is he looks like the Price of old, right? Like that stick save that he made with the.
I know. He made a few sick saves. Not very stick save, but he made a few sick ones too.
Oh yeah.
And he was good. Look for a team that feels they're playoff contender. It might be they might go after him because they know, okay, it might not be the best, but say you got a really good team, you're just missing that goalie that can win in the playoffs.
Who's the other team in the Canadian League that's missing a goalie?
Well, it doesn't have to be. I wouldn't send them to Canadian team. Well, at least not one in your division.
I think Edmonton would make a push for him. That's the only thing Edmonton's missing.
Edmonton could. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, a team like that could say, listen, we'll take the chance on the season, that he's not at his best. But we know we got playoff Price for a couple of seasons. We might win a cup.
Exactly.
Right? So
that's all they need, a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
And
so
they need a goaltender.
I think the possibility of moving him might be there, but they're going to have to eat some money. But I mean, if they're going to make any kind of a is it rebuild, reset, youth movement, I don't think he wants to stay.
No.
I wouldn't.
And then, yeah, you can get rid of Price, Weber. As much as I love Sherrod, he's pissing me off. He's making some real bonehead moves right now.
He's always done that.
He looks really dumb.
I thought Sherrod should have been the guy that brought Romanov in yesterday.
Yeah.
You look at his advanced stat numbers.
I'm on the bandwagon for that.
Sherrod's advanced stat numbers, horrible. The worst on the team.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a couple of stupid penalties. You know?
Some of the penalties that were called yesterday, like that little wrist flick on, who was it? The first slashing call. And it was more of a tap on the hip than it was on the arm. Against us.
Yeah, no, but you know what happens? He touched his glove. You're not allowed. That's one thing they'll call every time. You put a stick on the glove, and they're going to call it. That's the new thing now. So, yeah, it was a penalty for today.
It's too.
And listen, you know what? As much as everyone knows, I'm not the biggest fan of the refs, but considering they had 2 penalties, we had 4 power plays. Well, we got nothing to complain about.
No.
We had double the power plays.
We've got something to complain about. Our power play is non-existent.
No, but I'm saying for the ref side.
I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying.
The refs were not a problem last night. I said it in the live stream. I didn't think they were. They missed a call. There was a trip on Byron that they missed.
Yeah.
And like right in front of one of them. How do you miss that?
I don't know.
Other than that, I thought, there's nothing to complain there.
No.
So I'm not going to be complaining.
I remember when we used to play lacrosse and stuff like that, and we weren't that great of a team. And when we ended up going up against some good teams, we stepped up our game. We had more energy. Like, where's our energy level with the Montreal Canadiens?
Well, we're going to find out if they have it at all. If they don't have it tomorrow, they didn't have it at all.
Like, are they just... Is it a team movement against Dom? Like, I have so many questions.
Well, here you go.
Is the system going to do that? Yeah.
Has DD lost the room? It's a possibility, right?
Yeah.
Where is it? There. I don't know. It kind of seems like okay. I saw Deneau. That's the name. Deneau after the game last night. So they bring a few of the players in for press conference. So I saw Deneau's version of it, and body language and voice, and he's given up. That's my opinion. So, or Didi's lost the room, and that's what you're seeing. It's one of the two. The body language and the way he was talking, not encouraging in any way. Not encouraging in any way.
That's stressful.
Yeah, so that's why when I said I'm not even making a guess for the guess to score tomorrow. I mean, why? What's the use? Who gives a fuck for me to guess? I mean, it's mostly because I don't win anything.
No.
Right, to do it. So what? I have no feel for it. I have no feel for it. So I hope somebody wins. I mean, everybody should guess, but for me to guess was useless. And first time ever, I think I didn't make a guess. Because
I'm kind of in the same boat with you.
But then listen, and having said all that, I've been around long enough and a hockey fan long enough and seen enough of this kind of stuff with the Habs or other teams that they could turn it around tomorrow. Literally turn it around tomorrow, be a totally fucking different team, and win and continue to win. And I've seen that happen. And so I don't know what the hell to expect.
That would take having to sit a few of the elderly people on the team.
Sherrod's
bring in those kids.
Well, now remember, because you might not have heard. So Lehkonen and Evans staying in Montreal, not going to Toronto, so they're not in. So it is going to limit their options.
Yeah,
but at least it's not a defenseman.
The Lehkonen part hurts because you know what?
I've
been watching that kid the past few games. Yeah. And he's completely turned 180 degrees. His forechecking is tenacious.
Yeah.
He hits, and he's not that big of a guy.
No, but they're going to miss him tomorrow.
Yeah, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to let him walk. They're not going to re-sign him.
You know what? I don't know.
You really think they'll re-sign him?
It depends what he's asked. I mean, it depends. First of all, he's an RFA, so it's not let him walk. He can't just walk. He's an RFA. It's Armia that's going to be the free agent. Lehkonen still has a year or two left on as an RFA.
Okay.
Because Armia is 27, going to be 27 for the start of next year. So he's a UFA.
So he's the one that can walk away.
Lehkonen's only 25, I think.
That's another guy I don't want to see walk. I like Armia.
Armia? Yeah, but, you got to admit, if you have a choice, like if they...
I keep Lehkonen over Armia.
Right, and that's could be what the choice, in a way could be, right? I think Lehkonen brings more overall to the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Armia in the corners.
I haven't looked
at the
at
half-boards.
I haven't looked at the comments. I should look at the comments.
Yeah.
A good thing I did because there's a couple of donations. Hang on. Slinksy, thanks, buddy. Imagine Price to the Leafs. They need a goalie. That won't happen, and I don't think Carey Price would want to go there. And since he has a no movement clause, I don't think he's waiving it to go to the Leafs. But thanks for the dono. It's a members only, so I'll say Slinksy hype, but there's not a lot of people in here to hype. But some Slinksy hype and some dono hype, and then there's Robin, our resident Leafs fan. Robin, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, man. Leafs beat Jets in 6. Leafs are deep with the better top 6. Yeah, I don't know. You know what? With Tavares out, though, and then Foligno, I don't know if that – well, Tavares will be out, I think, for the Jets as well. I don't know that I believe that exactly. But if it were my team, if the Leafs were my team, I'd probably say the same thing. So I'll go with that. But some Robin hype and some Dono hype, and I appreciate it, Robin. You're a good guy for a Leafs fan. Well, he's a Leafs fan, but he's been around all year, and he's been trying to hide it. But I caught on to him a while back, and he's finally admitted it. But it's okay. He's okay. He hasn't chirped us too much all season.
Well, you can't.
Now that his secret's out, we might get a little more chirping from Robin, but it's okay. Chirping's okay as long as it's not hurtful.
Yeah, sometimes people. Even myself, I get carried away and say some of the
wrong
we all
things. Do. Listen, we all do and have at times. Wouldn't that be something? Price to the Habs, and then they win a cup, and then they go like, it's reminiscent of something, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to see Price going to the Habs.
Yeah, I don't want to see him go there and win a cup.
No. I do want to see him win a cup. I wanted to see him win it with Montreal.
Johnny says keep Price for a couple of years max. I don't think Primo is ready yet. Yeah, but so you hang on to Evans. You bring in another guy for a year or two. It can be done.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a drop off in overall goaltending quality, but the way Price has been playing during the season, the last couple of seasons, I don't think during the season there's any drop off. And then all you need in the playoffs, let's face it. Yeah, Carey Price is great to have. I'm not saying no, but really all a team needs is a hot goalie, right? A good goalie that gets hot at the right time is really what it takes because Carey Price has not won a cup yet. So if that's what it takes, we'd have cups here in Carey Price era. But it's not really all it takes. You need more than that. And any hot goalie will do the job if he's hot.
For sure.
This is why, at this point, if you're going to do any kind of reset rebuild, having Price here at that point is really an overpayment. That it's not necessary. Well, if you're in the running,
rid of him, frees up so much money,
a lot of money. Even if you got to hold back $3.5 million, still frees up $7 million.
Yep.
That'll pay for your goalies and more after that.
Some.
Most teams. Hey, look at Leafs next year. Campbell's going to earn like 1.65, I think. It's nothing. He's your number one goalie.
Anderson becomes dispensable, right? So the Leafs are going to be looking to.
I think Anderson was going anyway, but yeah. For them, they're lucky they found a guy like lucky. I guess a shrewd move by Kyle Dubas. Speaking of Kyle Dubas,
Campbell was not that good in LA. Like, where the hell did he?
I don't know if that's it's not really what I've heard though. See, I've heard that the potential was there.
I've always heard the potential was there. I've heard the exact same thing, but he never had a.
Okay, but he got a little lost behind quick, I guess, right? Here he's got it, right? He's stepping up. Apparently, look, I have nothing against Jack Campbell, and from everything I've heard, he's a really nice guy. So couldn't happen to a nicer guy, from what I hear. Don't know why you want to be a Leaf, but anyway.
What do you think about what Nylander said the other day?
Couldn't care what Willie Stiles said, but what did he say?
Somebody asked him about
Willie Stiles. I hate that.
I hate him almost as much as Matthews. He said something. He was just so cocky and brash. Like, can't remember exactly what the comment was, but it was along the lines of, "Well, how did you know that your game would be so good?" And he was just like, "I've always been that good."
Oh, gotta love that guy. He's perfect for Toronto. I think if he did that, if he was a Hab and did that, I'd be trade him. It makes me think of, who I thought of when you said that? Gilbert Dion. He was I got the goal. No, it was me that got it.
Yeah, he always wanted to focus on him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what that makes me think of.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
That's when that happened. It was a playoff game, I think, when he did that. I saw that, and from that moment on, I said, I don't like this guy. And I don't like him anymore. But, he was good that year, but I don't like that attitude.
No,
there's no eye in
likes that attitude.
There's no Toronto.
I think Toronto just puts up with it because right now they're in a pardon me. They're in a place where they have the potential to go deep, but
that's why they put up with their superstar who likes to pull his pants down in front of frightened women.
Exactly.
I know I wouldn't be cheering for him.
No.
Not if it was somebody here that did that, it'd be the last time I'd cheer for them either.
Right?
Eh?
If that was somebody, if he'd done that in Montreal would have shook him out next day, kind of thing, as quick as possible.
They'd have got rid of him, yeah. Yep.
That's where the class is, though, right? Montreal's a classy team. You play within the rules. You play within their scheme.
Well, also, don't the players have to sign some kind of a morals clause where they have to keep the?
They're supposed to.
Right. So wouldn't you think what he did kind of breaks the morals of the team, or does the team have no morals? Anyways, he bought his way out. That's why he got away with it, right? He bought his way out. She dropped the lawsuit.
Yep.
The case. That's what happens. You have enough money.
Toronto pay for it. Either way.
Whatever, Anyway, so this is... I just feel bad for Toronto fans that they have to have that guy as their hero.
Yeah. Well, let them have him.
I agree, but I'm just saying I feel bad for them. I wouldn't want to be cheering for that guy.
I had to rewind and record or PVR the shit that was going on with Matthews in 2 games ago when he was getting tossed around like a rag doll there.
Yeah.
I love having a TV that's a little bit more fancy and you can zoom in on stuff.
Yeah.
His face. Oh my God. His
Yeah,
eyes were the size of dinner plates.
He's such a great hockey player that he's laughing because I'm not going to let them get a penalty because I fought. I'm not scared. No, that's not. I'm not. No, it's because I'm laughing because I don't want them to get a penalty. That's why.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sorry. That's
so
what I
terrified.
See. I'm sorry. You ever see a hockey player get shaken around like that and not turn around?
For his size, he shouldn't be.
And not turn around and scuffle it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Never seen that before. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think when he went off to the bench, he went down the tunnel. He had to change his diaper. I'm pretty sure. There's a rumor about it. It's not proven yet, but.
Well, I'll go with the rumor.
Yeah. Andrew, Jesus. Thanks a lot, buddy. Andrew, I appreciate it. I appreciate the dono. Some like Andrew Cassian. Hype and some dono. Yeah, gone like Cassian. That's what would happen.
Exactly.
That's what I would hope that the fact that, obviously, I mean, I'm not saying that Matthews is not a talented hockey player. It's what makes it worse, right? Is a guy like that is trading off on his talent and being an asshole.
Yeah, it's like with what Virtanen did to that girl here in Vancouver, Same thing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know the story there, but I imagine if that's a situation like that, then yeah.
Well, for me, the story's a little bit controversial, but it is.
Yeah, I'm sure this is too because he bought it off. So they'll say, well, it never went to court. She dropped the lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they paid him off. She got paid off.
Precisely.
A couple of $1 million. I dropped the lawsuit too.
Yeah, it's like winning the lottery.
Right. So, yeah, I'm sure that's the argument. Because, excuses. They'll make excuses for anything.
Right. So how many people we got in the chat?
27 people in the chat.
It's growing.
And quite a few of the members are here tonight. So that's really nice.
How come nobody's joining us? Come on, people. Join us. Let's talk.
Well, no. I have to send the link for that. I sent you and Jeremy the link because you've been on before. And I sent it to a bunch of people, the regulars, and I wasn't sure anybody was going to show up tonight. Considering someone Jeremy likes your painting in the background, Peter.
Oh, thank you. I gave the wife and kids a TV room or whatever, the media room or whatever you want to call it. So I'm out in the
living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm single, so I don't have to give up anything to anybody.
Oh.
Aren't I lucky?
Yes. I have to give up so much.
Been there, done that. Not going back to that either. Who comes in to replace Lehkonen? Good question, Johnny. I don't know. I haven't heard. I guess Lehkonen was out last game, so I don't imagine it's a case of anybody coming in to replace him. Who did the last game, I guess, since he was out. Or no, was he out or did he get hurt in the last game? I'm not sure about that. I can't remember, actually. I think he was out last game. Anyway, I don't know. I only heard today that Lehkonen and Evans are staying in Montreal. So they're not traveling with the team. So anybody hoping to see them in, which I was, and not happening.
I like Evans.
Hey, Jeff, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, Jeff. Get in here.
I hope you're having a better evening than you had today. Hope so, man.
Any idea what tomorrow's lineup is looking like?
I actually saw a practice lineup. So it's Toffoli, Suzuki, and Caulfield. Tatar, Deneau, Galley together again. KK is with Anderson and Byron. And then it's Stahl with Perry and don't ask me who the other one is. I don't remember.
KK, Stahl, and Byron? That's some good speed.
Yeah, it's the top three, not bad. I mean, listen, you know what? There's a chance there. But the thing is, there hasn't been a flash of hope that they can turn this around at all yet. So, and like I said, I did not like if Deneau was seriously really thought they had a chance, and because they asked him questions about that, why do you think that this team can come back and win 3 games in advance? And it was like, because that's what we got to do. And kind of said just like that. Now, if he was really fit, well, because we got a good team, and I like the players, and I like this guy and Caulfield, and no, not just because that's what we got. We got it. That's the job we got to do. That's not.
I've mentioned this about a few other players, and I'm beginning to think you're right. I think Dom's lost the team quite some time ago.
To me, that's a guy that's just, he knows it's all. I mean, he shouldn't feel that way. He should be right to the end, man. We're gonna win. We're gonna do it. If he's like that, something wrong in the room. Something wrong in the room. I realize it's right after the game, but I mean, I'm sorry. They're asking should you, like, what do you think is going to be the reason why you can win? I mean, he should have something positive to say.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Strange. I have so many questions, and I wish I could just be a bug in the room and just listen to what these guys are talking about, so I can get some answers. Because I see guys like to Foley skating, and then I see a few flashes from Suzuki last night where he puts on the Jets and goes, and then there's times where he just kind of stands there and watches the puck. I watched our defenseman watching the puck I don't know how many times.
Yeah. Where is their urgency?
No sense of urgency.
That's coaching. I mean, how is that not coaching? How is that that's coaching? That's motivation.
Stage one of coaching, right?
Right, motivation, right?
Motivation.
That's there. I don't see any motivation there. So that's why I asked the question: is it the system? Is it the coach? Is he juggling the lines too much? Which is probably, it's a little bit of everything, right?
The system's too easy.
There's got to be something wrong with the system.
Yeah, it's not a difficult system. Especially the power play. You can see what Burroughs is trying to do. He's trying to duplicate the Vancouver power play. It's just he doesn't have a Besser and a Horvat.
He's trying. It's find Weber, find Caulfield. That's what it is now.
Yeah, but Weber is.
Yeah. So there's no creativity. There's no creativity out there on that power play, and we've talked about it. We're in agreement. They don't move the fucking goalie around.
Right.
I mean, going around the net with the puck, it's not moving the goalie around. Moving the goalie around is moving the puck around in front of him, not behind him. So that's not it. So I don't know. They don't move it. They're not going to score on them.
Our guys aren't skating. If the guys were skating,
their feet aren't moving enough, right? They're standing still. They're caught flat-footed too much.
Exactly. And you know what? We're holding onto the puck, and a defender comes on us, and then we're moving the puck. Well, Jesus Christ, there's another defender coming on us at the same time. You're going to have two guys on you now.
Yeah.
And you're trying to draw the guys. I get what you're trying to do, but they're so fast. They've got their feet moving, and you haven't, and you're not getting that puck to the guy that needs to get the puck. We're holding the puck too long.
Well, because the D is not. There's no puck movers.
There's no puck movers.
They can't catch the forward.
None of our guys are skating.
But they can't. I mean, but think about it. It's a bit of a catch-22, right? Because if the defense can't move the puck to the guys when they're skating, right, then they can't get them going. So if the guys have to stop and wait for that puck, they're not skating. So it's kind of like a catch-22. The need for puck-moving defensemen on this team. Having the same kind of, it's something that we did say we thought would be okay. Too many of the same guys. Sherrod and Edmondson are the same guy. Edmondson's the better of the two. That's without a doubt in my mind. Edmondson makes the better move.
Why the fuck is Romanov
they don't score when he's on the ice. I mean, Sherrod's got to go. If you ask me.
Sherrod's got to go, but the other question I have for Ducharme is why are you not playing Romanov? That guy he can skate. He sees the ice incredibly well.
Well, here's an even better question about that. Last year, Romanov was in the bubble but wasn't allowed to play. But what did the team say? If he was allowed to play, he'd be playing.
Yeah.
A year later,
now
or a season later,
now you're sitting
he can't play in the. He can't play in the because he's not experienced enough, and he's not. So which one is it?
Right.
Those
are all the questions that you and I have that are not getting answered. No, because the answers aren't there. The right answer is very simple. Don't have the right personnel here yet. So does it mean it was bad? Like I think Edmondson was a good pickup
because I think he should replace what you got in Sherratt. You got a better version of it in Edmondson.
Much better.
Sherratt becomes a movable asset that to get a puck moving defenseman.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it. Or hopefully you're bringing one up from the kids, and you're going in that direction.
You were thinking Gooley still needs another year, right? Down south.
I expect actually to see Gooley in some form. I expect it. First of all, he'll be in the AHL next year. That I fully expect.
Yeah,
and I think at some point we're going to see him in a game next year up here. I think he's got a shot to be a quick mover, a quick riser. Let's put it that way. I don't know that he will for sure, but I like what I've seen from him personally. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know.
He's still growing. He's a big kid.
He's a big kid, and I find him to be. Now I don't know if my assessment is going to be accurate, but a puck moving Edmondson.
Yeah,
because he's a physical guy.
He's got a nasty streak to him,
right? And he stops the plays like Edmondson does, and all that kind of stuff. But he's a puck mover. I think he can be a puck mover, a mobile. He's mobile.
Exactly.
He's
so
mobile.
Right now would be the time to have your guys like Romanoff getting that fucking experience that they but getting that experience that they need right now, right? Because next year you could pair up Romanoff and Gooley and watch them just totally dominate out there.
It's definitely within the realm of possibility.
Because I remember Gooley saying he doesn't mind joining up in the rush, but he's more of a stay-at-home defenseman, and he likes to play on that fine line of dishing out the hits and just keeping it clear.
Yep.
Getting the first pass out. He's very focused on getting that first pass out.
Yep.
And that's something we so badly need.
Right, which makes him, if he's successful at that, he'll be a puck-moving guy because that's what a puck mover does.
And Romanoff is there. Why I ask? Why is Romanoff there? Because you watch some of the early games with Romanoff before too much coaching got involved, and he stopped moving the puck the way he was. He was whipping that puck up to the red line, right tape to tape on Drouin. Yeah. Remember that? He did that a few times.
Yeah, I'm listening. He's still a rookie. He's going to make mistakes, but how's he going to learn if you don't play him? You can't get experience without playing. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Like he better be in the frickin' lineup tomorrow.
Yeah, he should be. That's Jeff's. He's training there. He's training, getting ready for the fight. Here's a good one. It's going to be hard to say. Who is your favorite Leaf? An ex-Leaf? I don't want to. I was going to say a dead one, but that's not really good. Just an ex-Leaf. Just one that's not on the Leafs anymore. I might not hate them anymore. You got any favorite Leafs? You know what? Let me just say this. Actually, there is one guy on the Leafs that I like. There is one guy. I would have him on my team. That's Marner. I like Marner.
Oh God. No.
I like Marner.
No.
Yeah. I like Marner. Hey, listen, I'm allowed. You can like what you like.
Yeah, you're allowed. Oh,
He's the only one. He's the only one I could. But one of the reasons probably is that he's a Jewish kid. Have to have a little affinity for a Jewish kid that's as good as he is.
All right, I can't think of.
That's like
I'll take Simmons. If I have to take a Leaf.
You know what? I never disliked Simmons until he was a Leaf.
I actually,
that's fair enough.
When he was out there testing the market and
he
was available, I was like, why didn't Montreal go get him?
Yeah, but then he became a Leaf, and then now he just talks like an idiot, and I don't like him anymore. But
exactly,
I've never disliked him over his career before this. So
no,
yeah,
and he's always just haunted us when he played in
yeah, I get it. Let's see what Jeff is saying. The problem, the problem is they don't understand what anger is. They should be pissed off. If it's the coach, the leadership of the team takes over and say, "Fuck this, let's do it for each other and fight." But I didn't see that in Deneau.
I didn't see that in anybody. I don't see that in anybody on the team.
Well, I'm
right
saying
now
no on the ice. Yeah, you're not seeing it, but I'm saying in the interview, I didn't see that attitude from Deneau at all. It was just yeah. Well, because like we should win, we should have it, we should whatever. There's no excitement in the boy. There's no that.
The only ones that are excited are the young guys. Caulfield jumping, trying to give somebody a high five the other night.
And it tells you something, right? It tells you something about what we're going to see tomorrow, if you ask me. Slinksy, thanks again for more donos there. Slinksy hype and some more dono hype. The Habs need a guy like Morgan Riley, but yet not the best defensive defenseman out there. So we kind of have that guy in Jeff Petrie.
Yeah,
I think Riley and Petrie kind of similar because Petrie can make boneheaded plays too.
Oh, he did last night.
Riley does all the time, and I don't see him all the time, but I get it from John at Hot Take. He's always coming down on Riley for a boneheaded movie, whatever. So he's great offensively. I don't think he's a great defensive defenseman.
No.
So do we need more guys like that necessarily? Well, puck movers. I mean, we need a puck mover like that. I'll agree. Yeah, he's a puck mover.
And we don't need to sell the farm to get the puck mover.
Yeah, that's a problem, right? You're not getting Riley for nothing, that's for sure.
No.
Besides, you're not getting Riley, and they don't trade between teams. Toronto and Montreal, if they're trading, it's somebody that it's insignificant. Yep. They're not trading a significant player back and forth. Hasn't happened in the longest time.
Commissaric was one of the big ones last, wasn't it?
What's that?
Wasn't Commissaric one of the last ones?
I don't even no. Commissaric signed as a free agent over there.
Oh, did he go as a free agent? Okay.
The last significant trade of a big name player that I remember is Frank Mahovlich. That goes back to 1970.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
73, 70, something like that. Yeah, but other than that, okay, you got Russ Courtnall for John Cordick. Now, it turned out Courtnall was great and all that, but I mean, look at that trade, Cordick for Courtnall. Obviously, Courtnall wasn't a top player at the time, right? So It wasn't that type of a trade. But if you're talking about Morgan Riley, no, the last time I've seen that between Toronto and Montreal had to be Frank Mahovlich.
Yeah.
Had to be.
I met him many years ago at one of those alumni games.
Right up there. Oh, can't see it now. Oh, sorry, you can see the bottom of him.
Yeah.
The picture up there. That's Mahovlich. Somebody sent me that.
Oh, my God. When I shook hands with him and talked to him, he still had that glimmer in his eyes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
3 strides and he's at full speed, too, at that age. I was just
great hockey player. Big man, too. I mean,
huge.
Yeah,
you should see. I got big hands, but the mitts on him, holy shit.
Yeah, big man. Great hockey player. The man, what's this? Oh, I'm not getting into that. Hang on, Jeff. You want to come on? I'll send you a link.
Give me a link. Buddy.
Give me a sec. I just saw it now that I'm shocked. I'm even shocked. Just hang on. Compose. Hello. I'm gonna send one to each. I don't know if the your own works or the other one. You're getting one to each.
Guess everybody's busy tonight or depressed.
I think it's more depressed, right? I mean, it's just that Wednesday night is the members only stuff. So yeah, it's
So what do you do in the off season? Do you do anything during the off season?
Still do the members only. I do a Saturday. I have a Saturday night show. We're gonna still do the panel show. I'm gonna start my video podcast, live video podcast. Okay. I've got stuff going on. Plus, I do all kinds of different videos. All different stuff. There's still stuff to do. I mean, we still have the entry draft. We still have the expansion draft, entry draft, free agency, and then it's a short.
It's not a very long off season.
It'll be a little bit for me because obviously we're not going deep in the playoffs, but there's that. That's the only thing. But no, there's stuff to do. Plus, I could use a little
the audience
bit.
can participate like tonight. And
Oh, absolutely. No,
Wonderful.
absolutely. Yeah. No, we're going to do, and we'll do panel shows. And don't worry. I'm going to invite you guys for those as well because, who's better to talk to about Habs stuff, especially in the off season, than Habs fans, because we're the only ones really wanting to talk about it. So, yeah, of course.
I live and eat, breathe hockey.
I used
next
to.
Next to the NFL, it's.
I used to live and breathe hockey. Literally, from the time I was probably 7 years old until about 40, and then family and whatever, and then now it's not that I don't. I just I need time away. I because I do this, and it's like not just 8 hours a day not watching hockey is a minimum. About hockey though, but not watching it. So there's only so much I have for the day. Yeah, so it does get to be that way. So, but yeah, I used to live. I always still say, "You cut me, I'm gonna bleed red, white, and blue." That's how it works for me. So
exactly,
always been since I've been young. So, but as you get older, I don't know. For me, I don't get as affected by it. Yeah, I'm not happy, but I'm not really depressed. Although I have to admit, I was a little bit down this morning. I was a little bit.
Dude, I was down after the game last night. I was.
Yeah, but it's just a game. The rest of my life doesn't change.
It still has to carry on, right?
That doesn't change at all. So I always look at it from that point of view, right? Am I going to let that drag me down when there's so many other things out there that could drag me down? Hey, today I found out in my internet, the Videotron, I get a letter. You owe us $277. I didn't know I owed them that. I pay my bill on time every month, right? But I was living here with my cousin. It's still in her name, but she told me how much to pay, but forgot to tell me it's without taxes. So I've been paying the right amount, but I didn't pay the taxes. So I worked it out with them today. I almost lost my like, oh fuck, if I lose that, I'm dead. So that's more important than whether the Habs won last night. You know what I mean? So I look at it like that. That's how. That's
I remember I was telling my girls about hockey a few years back, and they were like, "Why do you love the Montreal Canadiens so much?" And I said,
"Because they're great."
Well, because they're great, but also because of tradition. I like teams that carry a rich, strong tradition.
There you go.
In winning, right?
Which is another reason not. It's another reason not to like the Leafs because I don't know. I cannot equate great, strong tradition with the Leafs. Sorry.
Oh, I remember being downtown Vancouver one time and watching guys like, what was that? It was Guy Lafleur, and he was high-fiving somebody. They obliterated the Canucks the night before, and they were out in front of this hotel the next morning. And I just remember seeing the flower, and I was just like in awe. I was just.
I saw him once, but yeah.
Wow. Too chicken shit to go up and say, "Hey, can I get your autograph?"
Yeah, same thing. He was sat right across from him, and I wasn't sure it was him because I wasn't sure it was him, and then I was sure, and then I was too chicken shit.
I think he was jumping up and high-fiving Big Bird. I can't remember. I don't remember precisely, but it was a long time ago. But now my girls, this is COVID 2 years. So 2 years ago, my girls surprised me with tickets to Montreal at Vancouver. So we went decked out in our Montreal gear and watched a Habs game, watched them beat the snot out of the Canucks. It made me happier than the Pig and Shit.
Well, they always seem to beat the Canucks. These last 10 years, their record's good. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, say hi, man.
Hey.
What's new?
So Jeff's out of retirement, freshly out of retirement, looks nice, looks young.
I have a few more gray hairs today.
A few more, eh? Yeah, me too today.
Oh.
But it all worked out.
I'm glad I didn't watch the game last night. That's all I can say.
Yeah, you wouldn't have
liked it. You didn't miss much, brother.
I jumped in the chat there for a little while just to see what the score was and see how the chat was going, and I was just like, oh man, like I can't even. I watched the basketball game instead. It's like I can't do this tonight. Like this is.
Yep.
Like,
I don't blame you. I wish I had that
somebody
option.
all year has done absolutely nothing until the last possible second. All year, that's what they've done.
Yeah.
Other than the first 3 weeks of the season, all year they've waited till it's like, oh, we're on a 3-4 game losing streak. Oh, we're like it's the last 5 minutes of the fifth game they're going to lose in a row before they decide, oh, we don't want to lose anymore. Like I'm just tired of this.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 years, not last year, but the year before when Domi's first season, I enjoyed that season way more than I enjoyed, especially last year, and then anything that happened this year.
Yep.
Because that year they were a team of misfit toys. They weren't supposed to do anything. They challenged right till the last period of the season.
No, well, last 2 games, right up to the last 2 games.
The Leafs game didn't mean anything, but then they went out and played awesome against the Leafs in that final game, even though it was basically an exhibition game. But like they fought. How many comeback wins did they have that year? There was a ton of them.
It was an exciting.
Did they fight to go to overtime in that season? Like it was a great season. That season was more enjoyable, and they accomplished more in that season, not making the playoffs, than they have in the last 2 seasons.
Yep.
Like,
so what do you think the problem is now?
I don't know, man. Like,
you think they lost the room? He lost the room, Ducharme?
Well, all I can say is if he lost the room, then this is on the players, and because the players were the one that wanted Julian gone. The same players were the one that wanted Tyrion gone.
Yeah.
It's time to start shipping players out, if that's the case, because you can't keep going through coaches. You need some consistency. You need a system. You need, like...
They don't have a
where does Bergevin stand?
We don't have the ability.
They're going to pay him for how many more years? I can't remember how many. What's he got? 2 years left on his contract? Like $5 million a year?
Yeah.
And now you're going to fire Ducharme?
Well, Ducharme's not.
At what point do we look at the coaching bit? Why are you bowing to these players that have done absolutely nothing? You gave them their big contracts. You've babied them as much as you can. Yeah. You're making sure, and if the rumors are true that Bergevin's the one setting the lineup, and Stahl had an agreement that he would play in every game, and all this stuff, then Bergevin has to go, because what he's doing is not working either. If he's willing to bow to these players, and these players aren't filling their end of the deal by winning, at what point do you go, okay, this all needs to be torn down and fixed? I'm so frustrated. Like I said, I couldn't even watch the game. After watching the game before that, I was like, this is garbage. Like,
well, let me ask
some
you
of the
something.
players you want to get rid of.
Yeah, I was going there. That's exactly where I was going.
I get rid of everyone.
No, but wait a second. In which direction would you go? Would you
whole rebuild?
Okay, would you see? For me, I say this though. I wouldn't do a full rebuild. I'd go with the youth movement and go with the kids and give them experience and go that way.
You're not going to get rid of Suzuki because anybody that's not on an entry level contract or on an affordable contract, like that is under the age of their prime. Yeah, everyone else is gone. Like,
yeah, so you know what? I came to that.
Gallagher might be the only two I would keep.
I came to that last night. I thought, especially what I saw from Deneau in that his little press conference from last night. I said, you know what? No, everybody like Deneau, Tatar, all gone.
Like the only one I would even remotely consider keeping around, and I don't know if it would be fair to do that to him, would be Gallagher.
You know what?
That's a tough one.
Listen, Gallagher would be. Is it fair to say would Gallagher be a top 6 player on a lot of other teams? No. Who's going to pay? Who's going to trade for him and give him 6.5?
Oh, he's valuable to a team that's a playoff team.
Vancouver would take him in a heartbeat.
At $6.5 million?
Mm-hmm.
In a heartbeat.
Oh yeah, Gallagher's worth. Now,
Gallagher could get.
You need to win a cup within the first 2 years of taking that trade.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Gallagher's contract is he's going to be coming out of his prime and he's going to be making that kind of money.
Yeah.
But if you're on the cusp of a cup, who cares at that point? Like,
yeah.
Say the Avalanche don't win the cup this year and they have a chance. They look at Montreal and say, "This Nazem Kadri guy's an idiot. We're getting rid of him. We'll trade you Kadri and draft picks for Gallagher."
No, I don't want Kadri here.
No, but I mean, like,
hang on, Rick. Think about the Kadri thing for a minute.
That has hurt. That's not going to do stupid things like Kadri does.
Well, that's it.
Kadri does do stupid things, but there is an upside to the little son of a bitch too, right? I like his grit.
Oh, I like his grit too.
Me to say that.
That's why I'm saying like Montreal would trade. Like if the Avalanche say we can't, or Kadri is an idiot and we don't want him anymore. Montreal takes on that contract, which is basically the same as Gallagher's. They throw in some draft picks to make Montreal give up Gallagher, and Gallagher goes there. He gives them the same grit, but he's more of a team guy than Kadri is, right? Like that's what would help the Avalanche, because the Avalanche, in my opinion, are probably one of the best built teams in the league because they've got the right mix. They got the right amount of veterans, the right amount of guys in the prime, the right amount of guys like that are close to their prime or young, right?
Yeah.
There's a formula to this, and the Montreal formula it seems like it's out of whack to me. Like we got too many guys that are past their prime, getting paid big money, and then there's this gap between them and the guys that are in their prime to the kids, and we're expecting the kids to take up the slack, and that didn't happen this year. Like Bergevin went all in on Kotkaniemi and Suzuki, and sadly it didn't work out, which is what my fear was. You want to go back and listen to our first podcasts there that we did before the season. That was my fear, that Suzuki wasn't going to step it up and Kotkaniemi wasn't going to step it up. And it's not that they had, I think Kotkaniemi offensively didn't have a very good year, but Suzuki had a pretty half-decent year, but he wasn't an impact. They needed him to become an impact player. And he wasn't.
Yep.
And it threw everything out of
whack. Though he hasn't. It's not been fair to him. He hasn't been getting the ice time needed,
or the wingers
to get out there,
or the wingers.
Yeah, or the wingers. Like he's been put on shit lines, given maximum.
There's a lot of room for. There's a lot of room for KK to get. There's
a lot of growth there.
Yeah, there's a lot of room there.
Yeah, but the problem is they thought him and Suzuki were going to step in this year and be impact players, and they weren't. Like they really needed them to be like.
Bergevin's expectation level for those two guys was way too high. I agree with what you're saying.
But so was the fan base, especially after the return to play last year, right?
Yep.
Everybody was like, "Oh man, these guys they've taken the next step."
Yep.
And then they plateaued. Like they didn't have
I wasn't feeling that. I was feeling that they were going to be better, and they have been better, but I didn't think that they would dominate at all. Maybe a year or two from now, they'll be dominant.
Yeah, 2 or 3 even, but they should be.
And if that's the case, if we're waiting on these guys to become dominant players, and that's our window, then it's time to move on from all these veteran guys.
Yes,
because they're old now. They're going to be really old in 2 or 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
100%. No, I agree with that now.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's time to rebuild. You go, okay, these are the guys we're keeping. This is going to be our new core. And everybody else over the age of, 23 is gone. Like,
well, not 23, but yeah.
Not 23, but yeah.
If you're in your prime already, you might, be gone.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If you're in your prime, if you're in that middle to late prime, then it's time to move on from them. And you get whatever you can get for these guys, because some of these contracts are horrible. I don't know. Maybe people don't agree with me. It's just I'm so frustrated. And I seen a thing it was this morning. I saw a thing, and it had Montreal's record 9 years ago and the Leafs record 9 years ago. We finished 1 point ahead of them or something like that. Both teams were shit. And the Leafs completely burned it all down, and look at them today compared to us in the 9 years. So what? We made the playoffs a couple times in those 9 years. We didn't win a cup.
We haven't done anything really.
We made a conference final. And the Leafs, the Leafs are going for it this year. That's the part everybody doesn't seem to realize. Like, they went all in. The Leafs are going to pay for this, especially if they don't win. And
if they don't win, they're fucked.
They're going to pay for this because they're not going to have draft picks. They're going to miss out on players that they like. It's going to be like that. It has the potential to be like a San Jose situation where you traded away your draft picks to get an impact player, and that draft pick turns out to be like one of a number 1 pick or a top 5 pick, and you're like, shit, we shouldn't have done that. Right? Like,
yep. Oh, it's true. Okay, let me get to this here. Slinksy, thanks again. Some more Slinksy hype and some more Dono hype.
I love Steve.
What do you think of Steve Dangle? I actually like Steve Dangle.
If I was going to do a YouTube channel, I'd be Steve Dangle, but I'm not that entertaining or funny. So,
yeah, I know. I like Steve Dangle, and it's an interesting story there. Before the last game, and maybe it was just before Game 3, Steve Dangle put it out there that he thought it would be interesting because, he does a talk along while they play, like on TSN. Mm-hmm. He thought it'd be interesting to have a Habs fan like on with him on another feed.
Yeah. I think I saw that on Twitter.
Right. So on Twitter, someone put out that he thought that he should get in touch with either Talking Habs or Scotian Canadian because we're reasonable Habs fans, and he thinks we'd do a good job on there. So I thought, wow. And this was directly to Steve Dangle. Like, he was responding to Steve Dangle. I thought, well, maybe I'll hear something, but I didn't hear nothing. I thought that would be cool to be on there. And I'd love to do something like that. Not only for the, great exposure, but I like Steve Dangle. I think he's a reasonable guy. He's not crazy. He knows what reality is. Well, I don't like, although I'll say this.
His reality is the same as our reality.
No, I get it. But I want to say this. When the Habs lose to Toronto, I don't watch Steve Dangle. I want you to know that. Because then it's a little hard to take. Not that he's wrong.
I watch it.
I don't like to see Leafs fans enjoying themselves.
I mean, they
especially at our expense.
Yeah, but I don't have to watch it, do I? I watch him when he talks. When we
Misery loves company, Rick. Misery loves company.
Yeah, I've had. You know what? I've had enough fucking misery. I don't need any more company. So,
like I said, I couldn't. Last night, I was just like, I just knew after this last game, I was like, there's just no way they're going to win the next game. There's no way. And if they do, I'll be pleasantly surprised and I'll be happy and I'll watch the condensed game or whatever, right? And or if it's close, I'll turn it on. If it's in the third period and it's a close game, I'll turn it on. And at no point last night did I regret not watching that game. You can call me not a fan or anything. It's just, I don't know. Like, the last couple of weeks have been shit. And I just didn't really feel like adding any more shit to the pile last night. And
I really wanted to say goodbye on the live stream after the second period. Like, I really wanted to.
Yeah, it was an effort. Side of it too, right? Like,
it was an effort to do the third period last night.
Honestly, too, and that's part of the reason why I felt the way I felt last night too. Was like, I don't want anything to do with it. I just want to be.
That's it. So
I don't want to watch the game. And I don't want to have any.
What can you guys expect from me tomorrow? Because it's going to be an effort to do tomorrow's game, unless it turns out obviously
tomorrow night. No matter if it's the last game of the year, it's the last game of the year.
I have the answer. What to expect from me tomorrow? I already know tomorrow my back's going to hurt really bad tomorrow. I just know it. So I'm going to have to take back meds, and then I could be a little crazy tomorrow. So
sleeping.
I think no, that happened last night. I hardly slept last night, and I was
a few extra F-bombs maybe.
Yeah, so I could be I could be a little crazy tomorrow. I hope, actually, because I don't know that it's going to be worthwhile otherwise. I don't hold out a lot of hope for tomorrow. But
you know what, Rick?
as
You don't
I've
have
said,
to justify your craziness tomorrow.
I have no hope
Justify
for
it.
tomorrow. I have no
Yeah, I
hope
do
for tomorrow. But at the same time, with the reason I have no hope, at the same time, every time this team has literally
know.
been on its last little sliver, they've done something. And
Well, okay.
how many times this year have I said,
Okay,
"Oh,
now
no, it's just a
on
team."
that point, I said this before when me and Peter were talking. I went back. Okay, so I did my my video today about all this shit, right? So to have a little positivity, so I went back and I called up a site that has all the teams that have come back from 3-0 or 3-1.
Oh, I don't think they're coming back.
Listen, so just to have a little positivity. So the last time that Montreal did this was in 2010 against Washington.
I remember
who was the President Trophy winner. So they were the best team during the regular season. Montreal had come off playing 2 very flat, horrible games and went on to win the next 3 games. So my point being this, because I don't know if you heard what I said to Peter about it before. Can it be done? Yeah. So I hold the slightest little bit of hope because it's been done before, but nothing in these 4 games, not a minute of play in these 4 games has given me any reason to expect that it's possible for them to do that.
Nothing since the first 3 weeks of the season has proven.
Yeah. Okay. Be more of a downer. Yes, but yeah, you're right.
Jesus,
Jeff,
right. You're a real Debbie Downer, Jeff.
But I mean, seriously, he's
kind of right though.
Since
he's totally right.
Like the first 3 weeks of the season were amazing, and then all of a sudden it dropped a tick. Then it dropped another tick, and then we're like, "Oh, we're on a losing streak." We expect that. We've made every excuse for this team all season long, and we made every excuse for them last year. And
absolutely, we did.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they went into the return to play, and they beat Pittsburgh.
Well, playoff Price showed up.
They went out against Philly, and they put up a pretty good fight against Philly. But remember, they also had games against Philly where they didn't score a goal. Scoring goals is a big problem with this team. Like, I don't care what.
They also ran into a hot
whatever he needs to do. He needs to get someone that can put a puck in a net.
Okay, let me say something here because you guys both had 2 good points that scoring goals have been a problem for a while. And if you look at the Philadelphia where we couldn't score, that was like an omen of, oops, maybe this is, Now, Peter said something. Peter, what did you just say? The last thing you said. I'm sorry, but I forgot.
Oh, we ran into the
hot goalie. Now
he was terrifying.
I made this point earlier in the season. How many hot goalies are we running into? How many hot goalies can you run into in a row? Maybe it's not that there's a hot goalie. But it turns out Montreal can't score fucking goals.
It's hard to score when you don't get prime scoring positions.
So now let me ask you.
That's it, exactly.
So let me ask you, Jeff. A question for Jeff. Why can't we score goals anymore? What happened?
Because we don't put any. Like the other night, I was not the last game because obviously I didn't watch, but the game before that, we're on the power play. And we've got 2 of the biggest guys on the ice, and neither one of them are in front of the net. Corey Perry and Josh Anderson on the power play, and neither one of them were standing in front of the net.
I said that.
Passing back and forth from Weber to Tatar on the outside. Why?
Yeah, I said that in my video today. No net front presence last night.
Right, and then Gallagher, everyone's shitting on Gallagher. Like this is all his fault.
I know.
Right? I'm thinking, this guy gets beaten and bludgeoned constantly. Why? There's bigger guys on this team. Why is he the one that, has to go in front of the net? It's time for somebody else to step up and do that. But a part of it is, too, if Gallagher's not doing it and no one else is doing it, is it by design? Is that what the design of this new power play is? That they don't want to put traffic in front of the net? They don't want to get...
Well,
see, you're kind of touching on it there.
It's a stupid design, then.
What's happening is, I think Burroughs is trying to implement that kind of power play, but we don't have the people that the Canucks have, right? Like, you got Peterson, Horvat, Besser. 3 guys that could bury the puck at any given time. Who is comparable to those 3 players on our team?
Well, one, everybody thinks I'm a Caulfield hater. I'm not a Caulfield hater. I just don't believe the hype behind him. The player that I compare Caulfield to the most, and is one of my favorite players in the league because I think he's one of the best people in the NHL, is Brock Besser. If Caulfield was a little bit bigger, he would be Brock Besser. I think if Caulfield can get to a Brock Besser level, I'll be extremely excited for him.
Oh, exactly.
I don't think he's going to be better than Besser, but a lot of people think he's going to be Ovechkin. I don't think he's going to be
Ovechkin. No.
I think he's Besser or a little bit less, a DeBrincat maybe, which is fine, but doesn't just the hype behind him that people really believe that he's going to be an Ovechkin level player. And
part of the hype is he's an exciting guy. He's exciting. That's part of his hype.
He is exciting to watch.
He's exciting to watch.
I don't find him exciting. I see him out there scared to go in corners. See him out there.
He's a rookie.
Floating. He
doesn't know his place yet, Jeff.
He does something with it, and he generates shots, but at the same time, it's like...
How many games has a person played?
He's only played how many games? 10...
Yeah, but he did
13, 12 games?
Look, I'm not a big fan. I want to see guys that want to work when they don't have the puck. Like everyone's going on about Galchenyuk. Here, perfect example, Galchenyuk, right? Oh, look at the Habs. They gave up on Galchenyuk. Well, a bunch of other teams gave up on him since we gave up on him.
Yeah.
Galchenyuk is a great player when he has the puck. It's everything that happens in the game when he doesn't have the puck is the problem. That's why he's not. That's why teams get frustrated and say, "Screw this guy," because he's only good when he has the puck, and he's not that good when he has it. So he's not worth having.
Well, I know that Caulfield is working on that aspect of his game. He worked on it all last year, and that he talks. I've heard him talk about it. He wants to be a much better defensive player, and contribute both sides of the puck. So at least the attitude.
I'm not saying he's dumb.
My point being is different from Galchenyuk. The attitude is right with Caulfield, and I think he'll be able to learn that over the next few years. Get better that way.
The only downside he has on a defensive part of the game is going to be his size. He's not going to be able to go into the boards and dig.
No, but he can contribute a little. He can at least not hurt you.
I'd like to see him get a better stick on defense. Get a stick in there and do that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure he's working on that stuff. He's going to get better. Remember, he's only 20 as well. So.
Well, that's what I said. He's young. He's got.
Yeah. That's why when you look at it, all these young kids that are going to be good, but they're young. We got to wait 2-3 years anyway. Maybe, this trying to win a cup or be a contender in the next 2-3 years not going to work.
Well,
not going to work.
No.
Do you blame Bergevin for trying to keep the window open with Weber and Gallagher and Price? I don't blame them. They're world-class players.
No, I get it, but I mean,
right? You got to do what you can do.
At some point, you got to cut your losses.
At some point, it's not just about losses. It's you got to face the facts. Is your team built the way it needs to be in order to sustain going deep into the playoffs?
All year long, we're built for the playoffs. We're built for the playoffs.
Yeah,
we're not built for no fucking
We've been in
playoffs.
playoffs basically for a month now. Not before the playoffs started, because they basically put themselves in a position where they had to squeak out.
We barely got in.
Barely backed into it.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Calgary completely shit in the bed, they wouldn't have made it.
Nope.
And Vancouver, if they didn't have the COVID thing, do you think Vancouver very could have made the playoffs?
They could have caught us. They could have made some noise. They could have caught us the way they were coming on.
Yeah.
I almost say that this year was it was kind of it was almost like a freebie they got last year with the return to play. They almost didn't deserve to be there. If it wasn't for that great start and then playing half decent in the middle of the season, the way they played down the stretch, they didn't really deserve to make the playoffs.
No. And if it was an 82-game schedule, they wouldn't have.
But at the same time, there was a ton of injuries at the end of the year too, right? Like Gallagher was out, Weber was out. Like there was some big names off this roster.
And never mind Weber being out.
But they're back, so that's not the case now.
No,
and
they
should be relatively fresh because of the fact that they all missed time at the end of the season. Yet, look what we're getting.
It's funny though. Like here's one thing though. I've been trying to watch a bunch of the other games throughout the playoffs. I've been watching a lot of the Vegas games, which I got on right now, and like just watching these other teams, and then you go back and you watch a Habs game, or really any of the teams in the North. To be honest with you, the caliber is not quite the same. But even the Oilers getting swept. The Oilers would have wiped Montreal's. They would have wiped them out of the rink. Just the way those teams play with each other, they know where they're going to be. They know who's where. The system, like those players know what's going on the ice. It was just bad luck for Edmonton. They a couple overtime goals, and right, like shit happens. But at the same time, they know. Like it's like our guys don't know. I was like, oh, is there somebody over there? Like the other teams are making blind passes to each other because they know what's going on.
They know where the person's going to be.
And Montreal's literally got to turn and look. Oh, is there somebody there?
Yeah.
Especially on the power play. The power play is what's Jeremy saying? Jeremy said he wanted to jump on.
Yeah, we're going in 2 minutes though. We're almost at 90 minutes. I don't want to stay on forever. But I saw that. But he has. I sent him the link. Jeremy has the link. I can send it to him again. I guess I don't like. That's the point with that. So I didn't. That's why I didn't respond to that, Jeremy. You have the link. I know. If Peter's got. I included Peter and Jeremy tonight.
Thank you, baby.
Oh, I think he was asking permission if you could jump on.
Well, that's why he has the link.
You don't need permission if you got the link.
Right. Maybe it went to your spam though. It might have gone to your spam.
You're in Canuck country. Like how excited? Like it's almost like the two teams are kind of parallel. Although I think the high end talent in Vancouver is a little better than the high end talent in Montreal. I think Patterson's going to be one of the great young players in the league. And like I said, I'm a huge Brock Besser fan. Horvat is a leader.
Yeah.
Demko, I'm a Demko fan.
They have a strong following here, Jeff. They really do.
But the GM is the problem. The coach is the problem. Even though I was shocked they extended the coach. But everybody hates Benning. And it's kind of the same thing in Montreal. We got young, good players, prospects. We got a few veterans, and everybody hates the GM and the coach.
Right. It's. I think it might be like that with a lot of teams out there. You know, like I think the same thing's going on in Edmonton, right? To get swept 4 straight by Winnipeg. I mean, I was listening to Doug McLean and Nick Kiprios this morning, and yeah, they're in shock. How does a team like Edmonton shit the bed like that, right? And I'm not trying to get off topic of Montreal.
It was bad luck. It was just bad luck. That's what happens when you have overtime games.
They were thinking that it's not depth.
Montreal won in '93 because they won 10 overtime games.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have won that cup
in a row.
The luck of overtime.
10 in a row, my friend.
Yeah. It's just luck. It was bad luck for Edmonton. It's not that Edmonton played terrible.
Jeremy came
It wasn't Mike Smith's fault. Mike Smith played his ass off. I mean, one game you might be able to blame on him.
Hey,
I think Edmonton come out.
Hey, I really got to start checking my mail.
Yeah.
Oh, take that hat off.
What? Yeah, I got a Habs shirt on this
Or at least draw an H in the middle.
No, Jeff. Actually, after the second period, I turned off the hockey game and turned on the Reds game. At least they won.
It's funny. I started out the season watching my A's, and I was like, "Oh my God, they're terrible!" And I was pissed off because we lost some of our best players. One went to the Blue Jays, and then they're no worse team for a player from my team for the A's to go to than the Blue Jays.
Yeah, dad loves them.
They were terrible. And then they went on this little streak, and every night I'd check the scores. I'm like, oh, they're winning again. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I think they won, like, what was it, like 15 in a row or something? It was crazy.
You guys are on a tear.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so I started watching. As soon as I started watching, and I was like, I think they won their 14th or something in a row, and then I missed tonight because it was just on too late. And that's the worst thing about being an A's fan is the games don't start till 11:30. And
I love it because I work at I get off at 11:30 Newfoundland time, so the night games are prime. So when I'm not watching
baseball,
Rick and stuff in the hockey games,
Talking baseball during fucking hockey.
hey, let's talk golf.
listen, if things don't go well tomorrow, it will be baseball season.
It will be.
So.
Hey, listen, baseball been very, very good to me. None of you knows that reference.
Yes, good. Cardano or whatever from Major League.
Nope.
Yep.
No,
No. I thought it was the guy with the statues and stuff.
No, you gotta go. No, you gotta go.
Major League.
You gotta go a lot farther back than that.
Come on, man! I'm only 42.
I know.
Baseball been very, very good to me. That's from Saturday Night Live. That's from Saturday Night Live. That's what's his name? Garrett Morris. He used to do that character on the news weekend update.
Yes.
Baseball been very. That's all he could say. Baseball been very, very good to me.
No,
it was the time when all the Dominican players were coming in, so that's why. Yeah, okay. I know I'm old. I know. Okay.
Oh, that was supposed to be a Dominican accent.
Okay, so now I'm getting insulted for my accents. Yeah, I'm not an actor that does accents very well, but that's because I'm not an actor. Maybe I should start with that.
Yeah, well, you're on here. You're acting, man.
In my own head, sounds right.
No, so nobody seems to have much hope for tomorrow.
Oh, I think they'll probably win tomorrow. But
do you? Do you?
It's just prolonging the inevitable. They're gonna beat us misery right into the ground.
I was thinking 5 all along, but I thought we'd win one of the ones at home and not the first. So
I figured we'd win game 3 and then we'd be out.
Yep, the first or the second game at home, that was it. And I'd almost rather lose tomorrow than lose at the Bell Center with fans in the stands. We finally get some people back in, and then they lose.
What if they come back from 3 to 1?
Come
what do
back?
you think?
I would donate $100 if they come back.
If they come back, it'll be like 2010 again,
right? Like,
oh, I'm just saying the
it
potential
could happen, guys. I mean, the potential is there.
The potential is that it could happen.
I'll eat her.
But listen, I will say to you, Jeremy, I would accept, but I also know not going to happen. So you won't have to worry. You can keep your 100 because it's not happening. There's nothing. There's nothing.
You know what? I must be pathetic because I've got a bit of a belief that they may make it.
Well, so do we all, I think, but it's really small. It's
very small.
It's really, really, really small. Like in
Rick has to take a bottle of ranch like this.
oh.
Jeff, it looked like you were doing something else. I'm not going to say what that looked like, but
yes, be careful because they're coming after Ron McLean now.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, Ron McLean's getting canceled.
Yeah, it's like
what?
Yeah, he apologized today.
I don't care. Serves him right. Get rid of him.
didn't back Jerry. So
what happened here?
I don't know because I watched Rick and everybody during the intermission. So
he made a veiled gay joke at Kevin Bieksa.
It wasn't even No, it didn't even make sense.
To me, I thought that's.
You know what?
I said, I don't even understand what he said. How is that? So I don't think he's getting.
People took offense to it. And you know what? SJWs eat their own. They're eating their own lately. So
yeah, I don't know that to me, I have to say, I'm going to be shocked that he pays a price for that.
Now, here's the funny thing, because this is a TV station that back in the 90s, my favorite show was Kids in the Hall.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you watch any of, I'm right? Like if a station that had that on, Drop an F-bomb.
Chicken lady.
Oh, only skit I couldn't watch. She used to like freak me out.
Today
That
people are
sounds
way
awesome.
too fucking sensitive. Way too sensitive.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm just thinking, like Jeff, man, these kids would not have survived the '90s, not alone the '70s.
You say that, but wait a second.
What about the '70s and the '80s, man?
You might say that they're
try being brown and growing up in a town like Quesnel.
Okay. Oh, you're from Quesnel. That's funny because my buddy from Beast, that's where they're from. Quesnel.
Well, I'm actually from Victoria, but I had to move to Quesnel and Winnipeg and Prince George.
Oh, there you go. Okay, but you lived in Quesnel. Yeah, his sister still lives there.
Peter, are you Indian or Pakistani?
I am full on seek and destroy.
Seek and destroy. Now listen, you say that.
Okay. Were you?
I won't say it.
Did wrestling in the '80s offend you?
Nothing offends me. Absolutely nothing offends me.
Imagine today if they had the Iron Sheik and Volkov and all these guys.
Right?
Let me ask you, wait, Peter, if someone came over and farted in your face, that would offend you.
Well, depends on the scent, actually. I mean, if it smells something.
I was going to say it depends
on
pretty
what they
she
had
was,
for dinner.
I mean, if it smells like tequila, all good. All good.
I don't know how you can do that to yourself. That must be like $180 bottle of tequila. That's the only way I could drink it.
Not even.
The really, really good stuff. Oh yeah, Canadian prices. So it'd be like $260 a bottle.
I choose not to drink it. Anyways, if I drink it, it's a shot, and that goes down as quickly as it can, and quickly followed by something other than alcohol.
Got it.
That's 3 ounces, and it's $2.76 a bottle.
Yeah, I can't. I don't drink enough to justify spending that kind of money for anything alcoholic.
It's a treat.
It's not something you'd want to get drunk on in one night and just piss it away.
I could get a lot of what I like for that kind of money.
I'm enjoying myself here.
You know
I'm having
what, Rick?
a good
It's
chat with some boys, so it's like
the biggest mistake I ever made was I don't know why, but for some reason I decided to buy a great big jug of Jägermeister. And I put it in the freezer for like 2 weeks, and then one night I said, I'm gonna have some of that. I drank the whole bottle. I was sick for like a week. That was I can't even stand the smell of it now. I'm like, nope. And that it's pretty good, but man, you get drunk on it and then puke it up for 2 days.
I did shots of Jager and that stuff that has like the little gold leaves in it. Goldschlager, I think it's called. Oh,
Goldschlager, yeah.
I just remember myself and my ex and my best friend just literally walking the paths here in Mount Pearl to get home, just taking turns throwing up and yelling, "Why is there?" Like you could puke up the gold. Yeah. Oh, it was horrible. I haven't been able to look at any of it since.
You know what that made me think of?
When it comes out your nose and the flakes are still there in the morning.
You know what that made? You know what that made me think of? This made me think of this. My ex-wife Lou, she loves to watch these guys on YouTube. You know, they mine for gold or whatever, all over the place. I can just see someone coming along. Oh, we found some gold right here out in the open. And it's your Goldschlager stuff. That's how my mind works.
Fireball. I made the same mistake with the Jägermeister as I made with Fireball. I did the same thing with that when I was like, I don't know, I think I was only like 17 or something. Got a great big 40 ouncer of Fireball and decided to drink it all one night. Oh. But I was also, we got the big bottle of Fireball, and then I also got, back then you could buy 6-packs. I don't even think you can buy a 6-pack of beer anymore. But the 6-packs of Maximum Ice.
Oh, that's horrible.
I remember that.
What?
That's horrible stuff.
We used on the weekends. We used to get Maximum Ice because it was like, I don't know, what was it, like 7 or 8%? Yep. Or we'd get the Moosehead Dry because it was like 6 or 7% too.
The worst thing that happens to me when I overdo it is I go to sleep for a while and I wake up feeling really good. And that's the worst thing that happens.
What about the munchies? Don't you get the munchies?
That you could say that's the worst thing that could happen to me because then I gain weight. But other than that, yeah, that's
Yeah, I get really stupid on that stuff. I stuff my gills.
Well, I never said I wasn't stupid on it. I never said I wasn't stupid on it. I mean, I've been told I am. So.
It's actually nice, Rick, to be high with you for a change.
There you go. Not at work, eh?
No. I had one and got a shower, then jumped back on and seen you guys were still on. So I was like, and then when I seen Jeff on, I was like, oh, I got to come on now. I haven't actually met Jeff face to face. I believe the last time was with Luna and Shamir. And the time before that, it was myself, you, and Peter.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like now I've been on with almost everybody. I know there's still a couple of others, but it's nice to be able.
I'm going to try to get on a little more often. It's hard because I teach air brake courses and, how to operate forklift, telehandlers, and all that kind of shit. So I'm always out there teaching.
Just hang on a sec, guys. Since we're getting all off the subject, guys, hang on. Don't go when I say goodbye here. Don't leave. So we're not going to keep you guys on this kind of conversation. I want to thank everybody.
There's only 10 people watching.
Yeah, exactly. I want to thank everybody who is at Slinksy and you don't mean with my memory. I don't remember who else it was. Andrew and Robin. Thank you for the donations. Really appreciate that. Your names go in the for the draw. Thanks everybody. We didn't pick up any new members today, but that's fine. But we'll be back next week for another membership drive. Yay. Season will probably be over for us. And we'll talk about it then. Thanks everybody for being here, taking part, and thanks to the guys here that you see on the screen for taking part with me. I appreciate that, guys. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Yeah. Stay safe out there.
Bye, everybody.
Peace out, y'all. And we'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.